GM everyone, I'm Peter from Neweek, your source for what's next on NEAR, and welcome to the NEAR Town Hall June edition. The world is in a moment of deep transition. The internet is changing. First it was pages, then apps, now it's agents. They'll act, trade, make decisions on our behalf on their own, and to make that work, we need more than just smarter AI models. We need infrastructure, we need railroads, something to make open source AI monetizable and help millions, eventually trillions of agents coordinate online on the agentic internet, and that's NEAR. So when we say NEAR is for AI, we mean it, and we're building it. Let's get into it. As usual, our first presenter at the town hall is NEAR's co-founder and the guy who's been thinking about AI, or probably is thinking about AI 24/7, 365 days a year. I even heard he caught an AI fever. I hope you get well soon, Illia. Stage is yours.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm a little bit under weather. The AI fever is definitely no joke, but wanted to join and give you actually a preview of NEAR summer. Let's go to the next slide. So there's a ton of things happening in the next 3 months, and it's really exciting because I think there's been a lot of work by different teams in the ecosystem to get us here. And so I just want to celebrate what's coming, and I want everyone to then go and either participate, support, or amplify all of those different things. So there's a ton of exciting developments on governance. Obviously, House of Stake been in development for a while, but it's pretty close on the kind of first launch. The delegates are already proposing different ideas where they can be contributing. And obviously, as a NEAR stakeholder, you should really consider how you're going to be participating. I want to really highlight Metapool, who's done amazing work on onboarding more validators. One of the items they did was making a node that you can run for $27 a month for really true home staking, as well as enterprise program to bring Vodafone and NTT and various other partners on board. So continue growing number of validators, continue decentralizing the network. Finally, I'm sure many of you have seen there's a proposal to reduce the inflation. And I've seen a lot of support across a variety of channels. So I think this is going to become a real proposal for people to consider and implement. So if you're pro this, go and support it on Twitter. And eventually it's going to be, I think, on forum and actually voting on chain. So really exciting, more validators, more stake. House of Stake, creates locked more supply, and reducing inflation reduces kind of emissions and sell pressure. So really exciting. Let's go to the next slide. There's a ton of work being done on the community and marketing side. Obviously, you've seen relaunch of near.org website. It's been kind of in beta to make sure all the details are right. And it's going to be rolling out shortly. There's a whole blockchain for AI campaign, which I'm sure you're going to see in about a week and a half. So really exciting to kind of, when people in the ecosystem usually say, hey, we need more marketing, this is really that. Kind of the team been working really hard for past 3-4 months to get us to this. Obviously, we also have the focus the fire hose with content creators. We have, in general, a lot more highlighting of the ecosystem projects through various channels. We have founder highlights and reels on the website. We have a lot more social media highlights for developers across the ecosystem, and obviously across town halls and a variety of other channels. Finally, we have big events in permissionless at ECC. where we're going to be presenting a lot of this work. Next slide. There's a lot of DeFi happening, right? I think one of the things we've pushed chain abstraction last year, and it took a bit more time to actually get to really working products. But now we have, obviously Illia already fully live for a bit, where you can connect with your Bitcoin wallet, you can lend, borrow, swap. Templar launched their beta mainnet. Sailor Land is very close. Rune just launched. Atlas is not far. And there's a bunch more projects that are pretty close to launching. A lot of it is focused on Bitcoin and making it available kind of for a variety of DeFi primitives, but also beyond that, right? There's things like more markets and a few others going for XRP and other ecosystems. And so generally, Near has becoming this hub of DeFi for a variety of ecosystems, not just Near itself. And in the core, the heart of this, we have Intents, right? It's really about unifying this liquidity across all of these chains. And so Intents obviously had Infinex launch yesterday. More distribution channels and aggregators are in the works. I'm really excited about one that is in works right now. They already implemented some dev and staging. I'm not gonna leak it just yet, but I'm expecting it to be pretty massive. There's really interesting projects we're negotiating with to leverage Intents under the hood to power their kind of use cases. More chains, everything from Telegram to Hype to move-based chains to more EVMs. The whole idea that Intents are not just for assets, but actually for doing commercial goods and services for AIs to do the work. All of that has been in the works as well, both from core protocol side, how do we kind of specify this intents, as well as from a product side, like how do we build a marketplace where you can find the right agent. And so all of this is also going to be rolling out. Fiat as well. How do we make sure you can just send money from your bank account and receive Bitcoin, or the other way around? And community liquidity for MM solvers. So right now you need to run a solver. It's somewhat complex. So transitioning solvers to run inside TEs and effectively be verifiable agents that can participate and letting people to deposit liquidity into this. Finally, I think one of the frequent messages that I get is there's no liquidity on Near, so there's an intent-based launchpad to truly solve that, right? It's something where you'll be able to launch new asset. Anybody anywhere can have access to it, right? You can have your Bitcoin wallet, Telegram wallet, EVM, Solana, no wallet whatsoever, onboard with Fiat, participate in a sale, and then roll it into a community MM solver, providing liquidity again across all these assets. So really going away from kind of this traditional mindset where you need to launch a token in one place and only people in that ecosystem can have access to it, but really enabling to launch it everywhere all at once. So really exciting. It really kind of brings all this together, and then a lot of these projects on top, either building or being used kind of as to provide liquidity. Next slide. Finally, we've talked a lot about smart contracts historically, but really smart contracts are not really that smart, right? They're pretty kind of traditional code that's very basic. And so this idea of shade agents, agentic protocols, it's putting smart into the smart contracts, where you can really run arbitrary compute with AI, with LLM inference. You can fetch data across the internet and then decide on actions to be done, on chain with assets through intent, through chain signatures. Enables a extremely kind of novel set of use cases that before you wouldn't even be able to build, or traditionally in DeFi you would just build it with a bunch of multisigs, right, where there's a bunch of people just do this work. manually and then multi-sig actions. And so obviously you've seen Mindshare agent that's been trading based on Kaido, share of voice. There's other rebalancing agent. There's more markets where you deposit money and then it decides how to allocate it across different farms and yield farms, as well as there's a number of others brewing. So if you haven't been building agentic protocols, I invite everyone to check it out. Owen on Twitter been also explaining a lot, and I think can help anyone to really get started here. I think this is a new wave of actually how DeFi, how smart contract can be built. Finally, next slide is kind of the flip, right? The agentic protocols sit on top of on chain, right? They are the proto autonomous companies, right? Effectively, historically we said, hey, DeFi is autonomous companies, right? There's no employees, but it never worked like that. There's massive kind of multi-sigs and teams that need to operate. The agentic protocols really replace that. But on top of it is how do we change the interface? How do you actually interact with this? And this is predictive and intelligent assistants that are going to be on your side, that are going to be really delivering this experience. And so assistants that are able to navigate Web 2 and Web 3 and truly assist you. And so we have a number that are at different stages. If you haven't seen Mia is already live. You can play with it inside Sweat. Kami's has been in the works, kind of they've been iterating on the product. Bite has kind of offered their agents to be integrated as assistant inside Rhea, as well as other applications. We have Unity Wallet that's creating AI Copilot, and there's a few more that are being developed. So this is really starting to showcase that you can have an AI that it doesn't even always mean it's a chatbot, right? It can be predictive. It can generate your feed of things that you can consider doing. And then from there, you're able to go and execute actions without really knowing the details of how exactly these things are done. And so assistants on the top, agentic protocols on the bottom, intents in between to power this commercial activity. So all of this keeps coming together. There's still a lot of work in progress, but I'm really excited by all of the different teams moving forward with this vision of user-owned AI and near powering it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on and talking about all of the great Nia stuff being built at the moment. Illia, it really looks like we're gearing up for a Nia agentic summer. I hope you get well very soon, sir, so you can stay on top of all the events that we are going to participate in during the summer. Next up, we got Crynux, and Crynux is a distributed orchestration layer on edge devices, which means you can leverage the compute power of your own computer to provide AI services and get rewarded for it. And 0x Aaron is here to tell us much more about it all. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm good.
Let me know if you want to share your screen. I'm just going to add it to the stage.
Yep, I need to share the screen.
Yeah, I'm just going to add it to the stage. 1 second. There you go. All right.
Yep, let's start. Hello, this is Crynux. We are building the orchestration layer to coordinate all edge devices in the world for AI computing. When we talk about edge, we are referring to devices people use every day, such as smartphones, laptops, PlayStations, and even wearables. Here is our test stack. This is very similar to how Kubernetes coordinates AI tasks in Google. We focus on AI tasks from developers, scheduling and executing them on edge nodes, run consensus protocol to verify the results. Our goal is to help developers use our service, just like any other Web2 AI service, but in a decentralized manner. Crynux developers are from Google. All members have over 10 experience on AI or blockchain. We had experience on edge AI since 2015, over 40 publications and patents on model compression, better learning, AI blockchain. Our work has been used by tens of Google products, serving billions of users every day, such as TensorFlow, Android, and Gemini. you are definitely using some of our work now and then. With $0 budget, we've achieved a remarkable milestone with over 1,000 nodes. This computing power is comparable to a cache network. We had observed that edge devices are more and more powerful in the past decade. In 2015, we can only run 100 kilobytes model for very simple and stable replies to SMS. 4 years later, mobile can run a 25 megabytes model called Mobile Bird. Another 4 years, we can run 2 gigabytes model on device. So what would happen 4 years later? Edge devices are also offering an abundant supply with much lower retail price. Here we use flops per dollar to evaluate how much computing power we get for each dollar we pay on the GPU. We find that edge GPUs like 4090 and MacBook are actually more economical than GPU on cloud. Edge GPU does not have good bandwidth for cross-chip communication, but decentralized AI setup does not need that kind of thing by definition. This is why we think edge devices are perfect fit for decentralized AI. So what is decentralized AI? In decentralized AI, all parties in AI task has no trust with each other. We wrote a survey to discuss all the technical challenges, current status of research on privacy preservation, incentivization mechanism, verification of computing, and network scalability. Suppose we are building such a decentralized AI infra. What it should look like? I'm taking the reference from Bitcoin and think about why Bitcoin is successful. First, it needs to be truly permissionless. Everyone can join, and you don't need to trust anyone. This makes the system to be robust and can defend against civil attacks. Second, it needs to be serverless. It can scale up to millions of nodes without extra cost. The more nodes you have, the better your network performs. Our consensus protocol is a key to make us permissionless, serverless, and trustless. For 10% of AI tasks, we will validate the result via 3 nodes consensus. We consider that the task is successfully executed only if they return the same result. For the other 90% of tasks, we execute them with only one single node. Suppose I'm a malicious node, I need to stake 10x token before executing any task. So there is 10% chance to get 10x token be slashed, which is economical unwise to cheat on this network. And if you're an evil organization, you want to hijack our network, you need to have 67% of computing power plus 10x liquidity token, which are both difficult and expensive. Comparing with other methods, we found that consensus protocol is the most practical method to run large models. We can achieve low latency, no accuracy loss, strong scalability, and zero operating cost. Crynux built this stack on Near with the help from Aurora. We built OP stack L2 to run our smart contract on EVM. This coordinates all Crynux nodes to run AI task. Aurora and Near take care of the blockchain infra for us to execute these smart contracts. Crynux is very easy to use. For miners, download the app. You can start mining. For developers, call the API compatible API. That's it. Here is an experiment we ran for 100K inference between 20 instances on AWS and 200 nodes on Crynux. We can see that we have 7x speed up and a 10x cost saving by distributing tasks to more devices, but much lower price. Our tokenomics is also very simple. Developers pay token to run AI task. Miners run AI tasks to earn tokens. We collaborate with universities and AI companies on research, empower clients and partners with edge AI. Developers are creating applications on Crynux to serve real-world users. Thanks. Follow our Twitter, join our Discord or Telegram group to build the future of the decentralized AI together. Thanks.
Thank you so much for coming in on, Aaron. I highly encourage anyone watching this call to go and check out Crynux solution. It's truly remarkable what they're building, and I also encourage everyone to keep up with what they're shipping. Really go to team, and can't wait to see where you're gonna take your project to, Aaron. So next up, we got Yash from More Markets, who is building an earning platform that lets less dormant assets such as Ripple and RLUSD to be deployed into yield-generating DeFi strategies. without leaving their native chain. Yash, super excited to hear what you guys been cooking. Take it away.
Thanks, Peter. So I'm Yash. I'm the chief of staff at More Markets, and we are building an on-chain earn app. And our target is to turn idle tokens into productive assets. We got the idea. We kind of looked at the top 10 tokens in crypto, and there's quite a few that have very large market caps, but are very underutilized in DeFi and are mostly just sitting idle in wallets. A great example is XRP, which is around $150 billion token and has less than 0.5% utilization rate in DeFi. Our idea is to take those tokens and create markets on other chains to enable them to become yield-bearing assets. This is our X account. We recently changed up our orange color. Altan is super excited about that. So if you get a chance to let him know, tell him you like the new orange. We can go on to the next page. So Frat, who's the CTO, is very keen on making sure that in the front end, our app is giving an almost Web 2 very user-friendly experience, super simple front end where you just come to the app, connect your wallet, deposit your tokens, and you can start earning yield right away. This is a screenshot of the front end, and this is all possible because we're using near chain signatures, which is giving more advanced smart contract functionality and enabling interoperability with other ecosystems. We can move on to the next slide. I think I have a little demo as well. Very simple. Just select how much you want to deposit. And then we confirm, and this is all happening on the XRP ledger. And that's where the tokens stay. And then we mint our version of XRP, more XRP, on other chains, and then create like lending markets or run basis trades to generate that yield. If we go to the next slide, you can kind of see the architecture. So from the front end, like I said, it should be a very simple experience for the user. But in the back end, what we're doing is we're minting our version of XRP, more XRP, on, let's say, Ethereum or Near or Polygon. And then we're creating lending markets where more XRP is the collateral asset and earning yield. And then a stable coin like RLUSD, which is Ripple stablecoin, can be the loan asset. That's the idea. We can move on to the next part. So we are actively working on partnerships with like layer 1s, layer 2s, and DeFi protocols. So the first lending market we've set up is with term finance on Ethereum. And so we are able to accept a bunch of different collateral types, including more XRP. And then we're able to give loans in RLUSD entirely on chain and permissionlessly. That's exciting. We want to replicate this on several different lending protocols like Morpho, and we want to do it on a bunch of different chains as well. And so we have that cooking in the background. We can go forward from here. We are in active discussions with a bunch of different L1, L2 foundations, working on getting the right incentives and the right partnerships in place. We're also talking to a bunch of DeFi protocols, mainly lending markets and AMMs. We'll need both to create like functioning lending markets for these assets. We're talking to exchanges as well. We want to enable like a in-exchange earn button, which uses more markets in the back end, and working with custodians as well, because we will have a retail offering, and we'll also have a more institutional offering for larger players that want to connect maybe through Fireblocks or BitGo or Anchorage. And so we're working on that. A big part of our efforts right now is focusing on sourcing our initial TVLs. So talking to a bunch of whales and large institutions that can be sort of our first TVL into the protocol, and that's going well. Last month or so has been a big marketing push on our end. We're gearing up to launch on July 2nd. So making sure to get the word out, working with some different creators and getting some good content out there. And we've also been spreading the word in person at conferences. So the commercial team was in Vegas 2 weeks ago for XRP Las Vegas. And that was very good. We got to engage with the XRP community, which is a very different crowd than the usual CT community. So we got to understand our user base a little more, and got a bunch of signups. And Sam right now is in Singapore for XRP Apex. So yeah, he's making some good connections there and spreading the word. But yeah, our end goal is to maximize TVL and build deep, more XRP markets on as many chains as possible. And yeah, this is all possible because of the near chain signatures infrastructure at the core of this protocol. Yeah, that's all I have for today. But yeah, go ahead and follow us on Twitter. We're More Markets XYZ. We're getting ready to launch in the next couple weeks, so looking forward to it.
Thanks for coming on, Yash. Telling more about your progress, and also I love the orange color, so great work on that. I'm hoping to see more orange the rest of the year. Let's make 2025 the year of orange and more markets, of course. And next up, we have Monica from Aurora to share the latest on everything Aurora. Monica?
GM.
How's it going?
All good. Super excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Stage is yours.
Thank you. So hello everyone. I'm Monica. I'm marketing manager at Aurora. And the reason why I'm here today is to talk about the new release, the marketplace, the Aurora Cloud Console marketplace. I think one of the biggest so far. So before we dive into the marketplace, I want to very quickly talk to you a bit on what means to launch with Aurora. It's pretty much no code and no cost. In like 30 seconds, you can deploy your own virtual chain, which is a custom EVM chain on Near, which is production ready from day one. Customizable means obviously the base token, gas management, permissions, and all that. So if you want to launch your chain, obviously make sure to take a screenshot of this slide. What is new now is the marketplace. So what we did is to actually onboard top tier partners in the industry and create this one-stop shop. So you can imagine it as in App Store. So instead of apps, we have the integrations. I will go over that during this presentation today, but partners like Illia, CookieDAO, Sere, or Billions Network, and more just joined this effort, and then we created this plug and play. So it's pretty cool. I think you can obviously check the available integrations there. And as the third part of it, and I think that's my favorite, is the fact that we actually care. So we offer a white glove service to all the virtual chain founders. So we take them by the hand, and that means the developer support and go-to-market strategies, investment and connections with the tier 1 VCs and all that. And all is done hands-on by the Aurora team. So make sure to book a call and chat with us about that. So yeah, going back to the marketplace. So we onboarded the partners, and we had actually a very cool campaign, which we named A Chain for Everyone. And then we went live with it. So I suggest let's watch the announcement video just for you to have a bit of an idea of how it looks like. Cool. So that's the marketplace, just a very quick sneak peek. You can see it as the go-to-market stack for virtual chains. So what this means is actually whenever you launch a virtual chain with Aurora, it doesn't mean you do it just with Aurora and Near. It means actually launching with an entire Web3 ecosystem already built in. So here I'm talking AI tools, oracles, identity, security, payments, all these integrations are there, already live. So this means for any founder that it takes less time researching, having the calls and negotiating and all that, so they can focus on shipping actually what they are good at. So yeah, this year we have the goal of launching 1,000 virtual chains, and I know it sounds ambitious, but we are really great at everything we do right now in terms of onboarding new founders into Aurora ecosystem and year. So this is how all those 1,000 virtual chains are going to market. These are the partners for now. We are onboarding new partners, so we have calls with more than these, but obviously you can check them on the marketplace.auroracloud.dev, and you will see there this sorted per categories, and yeah, those are just the names that we announced the marketplace with. And because we felt like having the partners listed on the marketplace is maybe not enough, we wanted to give them the stage. So we created this new live stream series that's called Behind the Stack. And then we do every week, 2 times a week, one episode with one partner at a time. And then we give them the opportunity to spotlight their product, what they're offering. Why is it important for the virtual chain founders to consider them from day one? And yeah, you can check on our YouTube channel or on X the previous 2 episodes with Billions and the data. And then, of course, if you are excited for the next one, that's From AI, which is tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. UTC. Some alpha dropping will be there, I imagine. So yeah, happy to have you there. And yeah, the call to action, I would say, is join the movement. That's what we say. So if you are a builder, the marketplace is actually the full stack 0 to chain setup that we offer. If you are already, building as part of the Near ecosystem, I think you can take this as your scale up engine. And then, of course, for anyone that can be a potential partner, happy to have you on board. So if you join the marketplace and be part of this big ecosystem that we are building, it's actually getting a front row access to those 1,000 virtual chain founders that we are onboarding this year. As we say, everyone deserves a chain, and that's what we are trying to do. Our mission is actually very clear for us. We just want to give all the tools to the founders Everything we do in all the initiatives we have, we just want them to have the right tools so they can focus to bring their idea to life. I will leave this one for a few seconds here. If you guys want to check it out, marketplace.auroracloud.dev. The marketplace is live, as I said. You can check all the partners that we have, and each partner has an individual page dedicated with screenshots and the offerings that they have. So thanks a lot for having me.
Thank you so much for coming today, Maika. I highly encourage anyone who are interested in launching a chain to reach out to the Aurora team. I know personally that the whole team have been great at supporting from like basically every step of the journey, from chain idea to launching it, for marketing, for community engagement. They're really doing a great job. So if you're thinking about launching a chain, do not hesitate to reach out to the Aurora team directly. Up next, we got Jay. How's it going, Jay?
How's it going, Peter? Thanks for having me. Really excited to be here.
I'm just gonna share this tab. Let me know when to move on.
Yeah, of course. So yeah,
Right.
I'm Jay, founder of PingPay. We're currently aiming to be the payment layer for the future of commerce and solve a variety of different payment issues that are associated with payments today. If you could jump onto the next slide, please, Peter. Thank you. So kind of a quick overview of why Ping, why now. Chain signatures and near intents has allowed for a new approach to crypto payments for users, agents, merchants, and projects, which was not previously achievable. This can be leveraged to allow fast and instant low-fee payments globally across a variety of different chains with really simplistic onboarding. And then the rise of AI has allowed us to leverage trusted execution environments to create secure payment infrastructure with the shared agents and trusted execution environments to do so using Nia's tech. So next slide, please. So the goal overall for Ping is to make crypto payments as easy as possible across a variety of different verticals, with our core offerings being Ping links, payment widgets, recurrent payments, and the chain abstracted on-ramp. Each one of these things has a different niche and a different use case, but we're aiming to have a whole feature set which can be leveraged by a variety of different users, merchants, and projects for their individual needs. Today we have a video demo of the chain abstracted on-ramp, but on the next slide, I'm just going to jump into a quick overview of creating a ping. So if we could jump to the next slide. Awesome, thanks. So this shows the overview of kind of the 3 steps to create a ping. This allows users to create a ping by setting up all of the details for their payments, whereby they can select the payment currency they would like to receive and allow the person paying to pay in their preferred currency using their intents. Then the additional options such as gated access allows people to only pay at that checkout if that person holds like a certain NFT, a certain token, or also being able to allow people to apply discounts for those tokens or NFTs, or collect additional information such as social usernames or delivery information, or even set delivery costs parameters for specific regions if you're doing e-commerce. Then in the final step, you can select to have your own payment link, which allows people to transact at that hosted page, or to be provided with the code to embed widgets directly onto their own sites or applications. Then on the next slide, we've got the chain abstracted on-ramp, which has been a really exciting recent unlock for us. Essentially, it enables users to purchase near intent supported currencies directly with their fiat. And if we could just play the video on the right, please, Peter, that would be awesome. Yeah, so the show shows you connect with your wallet and then go through and select the asset which you want to onboard with and the amount. Then select the destination address. So in this case, it's pingonramp.near, and then begin the on-ramp flow. This is powered by the Coinbase on-ramp API. So users deposit with fiat directly into native USDC on Base, which then gets swapped through the near intents network to the desired currency and desired wallet that they desire. This allows users to receive native USDC in ideally less than 15 seconds with less than a 1% fee. And yeah, right now, this is like really exciting progress for us. We're going to do a beta testing campaign in the coming weeks for the on-ramp SDK to refine the product further for partners ahead of a launch for teams to start integrating it and using it in their applications. Then we're going to look to expand the offering of the on-ramp to all of the near intent supported assets. So right now that demo is WNear. Obviously, we're going to expand that beyond to things like Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, all of that good stuff. And then, yeah, we're going to look to address and cater for the on-ramp limitations across kind of different regions, and really try and cater for people just outside of the US, things like the UK and any regional blocks. We'll try and create a nice experience for the user to do so. And then we're going to create some detailed documentation for the users and developers to be able to seamlessly integrate this SDK into their apps. So yeah, next slide, please. Awesome. So yeah, that's kind of everything that I had for today. And like I say, we've got a beta program for the on-ramp SDK coming. So please reach out on the kind of any of those socials, join the overall waitlist on the website, which is pingpay.io, or reach out and we can get you into the on-ramp beta program if you're interested in integrating any on-ramps into your website. Yeah, thank you for the time.
Really excited to follow what's going to come out of Ping, unlocking payments through with near intents, and it's really incredible to see all of these projects starting to spur up around the capabilities of intent, but also what Nia's shade agent framework unlocks. So super excited to follow your progress, Jay. Keep up the good work. Up next, we got Ria and Bitter, who recently announced an agent. And Serge, I'm just gonna Serge, would you prefer?
Yep, Serge is good.
Serge,
I think
all
we
right.
need to add 0 as well from Raya.
And let me just see where he is. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna remove myself. All right, it's all yours.
Okay.
Hey guys, so yep, I'm Serge from Beta. I work on the product layer. 0 is here from Raya, and we're here to present the new DeFi assistant that we recently shipped into the Raya website. Yeah, we collaborated this together. So basically, the goal is to have an assistant that guides you through the different DeFi primitives that are available on Raya. Initially, we launched with swapping, lending, and understanding points. But yeah, this is the first version, and it's live to be tested. So yeah, take it away, 0.
Yeah. Hello everyone. I'm 0, Ria's PM, and yeah, this month we released the AI agent on Ria. And so first, I would like to thank BT for providing amazing AI agent infrastructure. Yeah, because with their help, Ria has been able to easily build our AI agent product. Currently, you can click AI agent icon on the Ria website to open a chart window. You can to supply, swap, and borrow directly. Yeah, you can just chat to access all the features on Ria. Of course, you can also ask anything to our AI agent, and it will respond immediately, similar to the ChatGPT. Yeah.
So you can see right here, I'm preparing a transaction to swap. It's asking me to confirm. I'm going to go ahead and confirm. And this is not about just doing the transaction. It's also about kind of explaining the process. So as I go through building the transaction, I could ask questions. I could ask how I can, for example, maximize my transaction for earning Raya points. And it's about really building that connection with the users, because DeFi is quite a complex topic. So that's something that really helps people get unstuck from certain situations. Like, where is my money? How can I get it back? And it really also helps with understanding the user intents and how to take the most value out of what is available. So about how this kind of came together, me and 0 kind of collaborated with the rest of the Raya team and the Beta team. We collected the requirements for how the features that we needed to build for the agent. And Beta tried to offer as much support in how the framework works and how it can support Raya in building the agents. And I think that's a format that can be repeated with other projects as well. So I think the main takeaway here is that Beta has a good framework for building agents, and that we're here to support people in doing that across the Near ecosystem and all other ecosystems as well. So, yep.
Yeah, about integrating is very easy, because it took us just 2 weeks to build the current AI agent. So thanks, Beta is simple and user-friendly document. I believe that would be same quickly for other dApps.
Yep. So I'm quickly just gonna move on here to the docs. You can see we have a quick start documentation here. You should be able to get to building your agent in under 10 minutes with the starter template. So you just go ahead, fork the starter template, and start from there. You should be able to test that out. You also have a starter video here that will help you with figuring out how to start your agent journey. Once you have that set up, you can start adding your own tools to it, and that's where things really start to shine. And it's quite easy to connect any smart contract functionality to the agents following these docs. Once you have an agent that does what you want it to do, you can go ahead and embed it into your website. So you have the embeddable chat component as well as the widget, which is what is available in Raya. And this is sort of how you take your agent and you make it available for your audience in your dApp. So it's quite easy to get set up. It was a big pleasure to help Raya get set up with this technology. And yeah, we're very happy to onboard any other projects. You can find these docs at docs.bit.ai. You can find the agent at dex.raya.finance. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if Zero, you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I would like to share some ideas in the future, because we can see that currently the AI agent on Raya just chat AI, but in the future we plan to incorporate AI strategies. We will feed, for example, market data and news to the AI agent, allow it to think like Buffett, and then generate reasonable strategies. For example, I have published a doc on Twitter. It's about the AI-powered dynamic grid. This feature will utilize shade agent and AI strategy. However, for security reasons, the AI agent will only make partial adjustments to the strategy rather than taking control of all the funds. So our AI agent won't work. Yeah.
Cool. Well, Peter, thanks for having us on. Everyone, go try the Raya agent, and yep, hopefully it's going to get better over time. We were iterating on it constantly. The analytics helped that a lot, and yeah, we're going to keep iterating. So if anyone has feedback, please reach out in any one of our telegrams, and yeah, thanks for having us on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming, guys. I cannot encourage enough to go try it out at Raya Finance. And if you are a product interested in having your own chat interface with an agent, I highly encourage you guys to reach out to the Beta team so they can start building awesome stuff. And Zero, what you just talked about with Buffett strategy, hit me up when that one's ready. I could seriously need it. All right. Lastly, we got the Potluck, the Crosspost, and the Curate.fun team. And as always, Plug is masked. And I can tell you, you're never going to realize how he actually looks unless you attend a NEAR conference. This guy doesn't play around. All right, Illia, I'm going to bring Plug on, and you guys just take it.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, NEAR ecosystem? It is NEAR summer. Welcome. I've got a couple of presentations to go through. We're going to go through it pretty quick. But first, starting off with Open Crosspost. So this has been a culmination of this past 6 months. It's been really exciting to get here. Open Crosspost is an open source cross-posting engine. So why did we build this? It's because apps and agents want social interactions. Almost every single app that you see out there today, whether they're collecting rewards or they're posting or they're doing some sort of social engagement, or all these different ELIZA agents that you see, they are mostly integrating on top of the social layer. And then that means that everybody is implementing their own solution with all these different auth providers. So your OAuth tokens are everywhere, which is kind of okay. They're session tokens, but you can't always trust what they're actually doing with it all. And that also means that you got expensive APIs, and you also have these nuanced APIs. Every single different platform is a little bit different. You got to kind of understand how it goes. So this means that we need a better toolkit for developers and AI agents. So what is Open Crosspost? It is a multi-platform proxy service. Your OAuth tokens are protected by your near signature. They are encrypted, sitting in encryption, and they can only be unlocked if you get a request from a valid near signature that you own it with your public key. We also have an example client-only front-end app that integrates with the Crosspost API. So it isn't fully featured, but it shows what you can do with this Crosspost API, and it uses this easy-to-use SDK that you can integrate into any platform. All you need is just a near account. It is cooked entirely near natively. So this project is accepting donations via Potluck. It has a token launched on meme.cooking. It has a website deployed to Web4. It utilizes a package that I'll talk about more called FastNtier, which is a combination of FastNear.js, a near API.js alternative, and the new Intier wallet. It has Shih Tzu, Black Dragon, Nico badges, and we want to expand to more of these communities inside the ecosystem. We have had over 1,800 posts, quotes, and replies with tons of engagement from the ecosystem and 52 unique near accounts posting the past 2 months. We have been cooking up near native packages. So in order to make all this happen and make it simple and to build type of things like this, we're introducing Near Sign Verify, which uses the authentication strategy of Near AI. It packages it up and bundles into a very easy SDK. FastNtier, which is an experimental fork of FastNear.js. Shout out to FastNear, especially Mike Purvis for leading that one. And it exclusively uses the new Intier wallet. Shout out Slime and Intier. And then we're also launching the Crosspost SDK and Crosspost types. If you can see in this little blurb right here, it's a super simple integration. You import Near, you request a sign-in, and then you sign and you send that auth token to a backend wherever you gotta go. How to use it? If you want to start using it, you can integrate it into any app that has a Near login. You can install the SDK, and then you'll immediately have all the social features that you need. Posting, quoting, quote posting, reposting, replying, liking, and we'll even open up the DM soon. But the really cool thing is that with Crosspost, you can delegate agents access to your social accounts via key pair signer, which leverages that Near Sign Verify package that I talked about. For example, you can use this package to build really cool use cases such as curate.fun, which is an autonomous brand launchpad. You curate content, it takes it from the community, it takes it, it transforms it, it distributes it using Crosspost, and we incentivize both the brands and the curators to be able to build and deliver good content and a sense of ownership of your brands. How does it work? If you're familiar with Near Week, which is putting on this awesome presentation, you know exactly how it works. You curate content by replying, and then you submit it. It is transformed and distributed. It distributes to multiple different platforms. For example, we see this one post coming from Crayons. It was submitted. It was shippost or to the shippost feed, which got sent out to Telegram chat, and then also went to an RSS feed where we're building a custom UI for it. And we're bringing this Near Week technology essentially to all the other ecosystems. So we've already curated over 3,500 posts. We have 56 media partners. Over 60 people have been curating and 66 feeds. All these are unique feeds that typically distribute that have been curating their own content, have been distributing to their own Telegram chats, RSS feeds, and all these other awesome integrations that we have. So we're currently curating content from X using Masa, but we expect to be expanding that to much more, leveraging Masa's awesome technology. This content comes in and it gets transformed using Open Router, all the different AI tools that are through there, and all these other transformation plugins that we have. DeepL, for example, which does translations. And then we are able to cross-post to all these different platforms. We can send content to Near Social, X, Discord, Telegram, and RSS feed, and we can even post it to a Notion table. So, and also this is a culmination of it all. We are launching a self-service launchpad, which is supposed to be a video that happens right here. But essentially, if you go to app.curate.fun, you should be able to go and create a feed. You just have to give it a hashtag, a name, give it an image. You can set up your Telegram integrations, and you're good to go. Don't need to watch the video. Try it yourself. So what's next? More cross-posting, more content, and more curation. We want to expand to more ecosystems. We want more brands doing this. We want to get more community engagement in the curation and ownership of these brands. We will also be doing a launchpad with near intents. Every brand can have a token getting liquidity on other chains like Solana, but taking utility on near, which will lead to a brand incubator, and an acquisition framework. The really cool thing about Crosspost and all this type of technology that we're talking about is that you can have a near account that connects all of your brand socials to it. So when you sell that near account, you've just sold an entire brand, which is a really amazing use case that near makes possible. So what can you do? Curate for an existing feed, launch your own feed, and contribute to this open source brand engine. We got plenty of plugins that can be built. You can contribute in all these different ways. Check out the GitHub, check out the website. And right now we even have active campaigns. There are $600 on the table. Shot's going to talk about what campaigns are, but Crosspost, Curate, Farcaster integration. If you're a developer out there, come on and claim this funds. Thank you so much.
That's absolutely incredible. And yeah, I have to put the mask on because with all these autonomous brands, y'all might just train data on my beautiful face. And next thing you know, I'm giving podcasts that I'm not involved in. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And it's also a beautiful thing. This isn't just an open source cross-posting engine. It is literally the only open source cross-posting engine, and it uses Near's account model. And this is part of an overall vision to not only make it easier for founders to build and focus on building by automating like content and automating the brand, but also automating funding. And this is, you might have heard of Potluck, but we have kind of one of the most beautiful features that I like that take way more initiative from the founders and way less time from kind of the capital allocators. And so you might have known Potluck, it's built on the decentralized social stack, kind of playing on that theme of open social. It has donation, custom list, even grant pools, quadratic funding, and custom funding rounds. You might have seen one of our past rounds with NPDAO, but now we have campaigns. And yeah, if you can go next and kind of outline what these campaigns are. Who got the slides? Yo, where's the agent at? Okay, so campaigns. So these are essentially like GoFundMe style campaigns. And if you guys might know, a lot of times when you're asking for funding, you have to go through all this paperwork, house of stake proposal, TBD, you got to go, strike a deal. It takes so much to actually get funding. And so what campaigns allow you to do is actually raise for not only yourself, but on behalf of other projects, gain referral fees, and actually even gain creator fees as well, and incentivize people to share, and actually have a minimum amount. So I'll kind of go under some interesting use cases, but a lot of time, like say I only raise $100, I can't build curate.fund on $100. Like that is way too little. And so what this allows you to do is actually raise, see if the community actually likes it, and then return the money if you don't hit the goal. And so it's pretty interesting stuff that's been happening. And we've released the alpha, I don't know, like maybe a couple of weeks ago, and we've already had a bunch of dope use cases for people in the community. From, if you can go a little bit before on kind of the marketing campaign. So we've had a lot of use cases for marketing and incentives. So a lot of times your project, you want to do a giveaway, you want to do a beta test. For example, we saw Monza with the Near Intents giveaway to incentivize like bringing back Twitter Spaces. We even have some upcoming beta testers. A lot of you devs don't got enough UI UX. You can raise a campaign on it. We've also seen dev bounties, and because everything that we're building is MIT open source, that means if you don't like it at all, you can just fork it and use it, and we'll encourage you, and we'll help you, and you can hit up Elliot about that. But we've been putting out dev bounties. For example, this is a pretty comprehensive plugin framework. We've had people basically build agents. We actually have an agent bounty coming up to build this as the agent. Super meta. And we also have things like event funding. In Near, we don't have that much community events right now. It's always kind of top down. And why would you want to like go through all this process to do a quick event? So an interesting use case is in Da Nang, Vietnam, we crowdfunded for an event called FUDAO, where we ate pho for really cheap, got a lot of builders, and had presents for Near. And you can kind of expect these kind of cultural grassroots events happening. And honestly, this is one of the best use cases for campaigns, because all the time with events, you have to book like an actual venue, you have to pay money up front, and then you have to raise sponsorships afterward. So that kind of minimum escrow threshold amount is beautiful for this. And speaking of events, we even did a whole Ripple side quest where we raised to give near intent airdrops, and we were basically using, it was actually crazy. We were using like a phantom wallet on Solana with Near in the backend, airdropping XRP to all the OGs in the Ripple ecosystem. And yeah, did a complete side quest. 2 days later, we're in Singapore airdropping. And so there's a whole bunch of use cases that can come from this. Some of the future plans is more assets via intents. We're adding tokens and fungible tokens. Actually, on Potluck campaigns, low key right now, you can raise with your fungible token. So, the Nikos, the cross post, the sweats, you can actually raise and give utility to your token and incentivize your community to build out your features, to build out your marketing, and so forth. And then more chains. I don't know if you guys seen one-click API, but it's the easiest way to basically take any asset, swap it, and then withdraw with just a REST API. Incredibly simple to integrate near intents and make your platform multi-chain. So we'll be integrating this pretty soon, and then also agents, so you could create campaigns from Twitter, and even an ability to reward your donors. So, people donated it. Why not airdrop them? Why not give them NFTs? And building this all in a comprehensive platform with agents and exploit more campaigns around these features and incentivizing different dev contributions. So really excited about this. You can launch a campaign today. You can donate, and you can even earn for raising for your favorite projects. And you can build with us and make this happen for you. If you want to build a white label version of this, if you want to build a content engine, if you want to build your own brand, there's so many opportunities to collaborate. So I'm really excited. We've been doing a lot of near native stuff, and oh my God, you do not know what we're cooking. We got so much stuff going on, and I'm really happy to launch campaigns this season. So yeah, thanks so much, everybody.
This is great.
Yeah, and if you can't hear me, it's because I'm literally in a handicapped bathroom with 2 screens right now. So let's launch a campaign to get me a WeWork pass.
Yeah, let's get him out of the bathroom, guys. Launch a campaign now. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for coming, guys. Love the energy, love the vibe. Keep building. Shot, I hope you get out of that bathroom. Have a great day, man. So much stuff going on in the ecosystem. I definitely think you need to check out what Elliot and Shot are building. Not only are they bringing great vibes to the ecosystem, but they're actually also building awesome products on, like native products on Near. And thank you so much for the shout out, Elliot. This community is the reason why we're gonna keep doing these things, and we're just really happy to see someone actually pick up on the stuff that we've been doing. So keep up the good work, man. Lastly, here I just want to take you guys through some of the big news that happened last month. So in case you didn't notice, Hyperswap went live with near intent based cross-chain swaps. What does that mean? That means you can swap Bitcoin to Near, Ethereum to Solana, all with no wrapping, no waiting, and no bridges. It's just one interface, true abstraction, and that's the power of near intent. And as of today, I actually saw the founder of Hyperswap tweeting about someone did a 5 BTC swap easily. The Near Tech handled it very smoothly, and he's actually requesting someone to do a 50 Bitcoin swap. So if anyone's in for that, Near can handle your demand. Next up, we saw Infinix go live with the Near Intent integration yesterday. So if you don't know Infinix already, it's a pioneer in the decentralized exchange space. So basically building a SEX-like experience, but fully decentralized. And Infinix, they announced their integration of their intent yesterday, which means that legacy assets that are notoriously hard to use, such as use on-chain, such as BTC, Doge, and Ripple, that have no smart contracts, no interoperability, until now wasn't possible to actually swap around on chain, but with near intents that and Infinix, that is 100% possible now, and you can interact seamlessly with these major assets. And if you haven't already used Infinix, it's definitely worth it. It's I'd say it's probably the smoothest experience I've had so far, fully decentralized. Not financial advice, of course, but go check it out. And to back that announcement up, I'm just going to show you some of the near intents all-time volume. So as Illia also mentioned, we're looking at a near DeFi summer. So we definitely see that numbers are growing every month. And also just, some may be asking, what is near intent? So near intent is a powerful abstraction tool that lets users express what they want to do, like swapping tokens, staking, or bridging, and without the hassle or the worry about how this is going to be executed on chain. So what Intents does is that it enables simplified, gasless, and smart contract powered actions across all of Web3, making the whole crypto space a ton more interoperable. And as you can see by the numbers, technology hasn't been live for that long, and the volume, the all-time volume and daily volume is increasing every day, which is great, which just means that this technology works and people are using it. And another thing that's really great is that this technology is great for AI, by the way, as intents allow for information, requests, and assets and actions to be exchanged between AI agents, services, and users. So what this means is that intents form a basis for automated negotiation and coordination, which means that in essence, intents are kind of like an agent communication protocol on Near, or they are an agent communication protocol on Near that streamlines complex workflows as they abstract away all the multi-step transactions into a single definitive declarative request. And this is a key step toward an internet of agents where AI agents coordinate seamlessly on behalf of users. So not only is this increasing liquidity and DeFi volume on Near, but actually it's also a very critical piece of the Near AI stack. If you didn't see it, Grayscale launched their AI crypto sector. So the sector includes 20 tokens with a combined market cap at the time of $21 billion, up from $4.5 billion in Q3 2023. And what you should notice here is that Near is the only layer 1 AI smart contract platform included in the list. And that's the alpha. I think it's really worth giving this some thought. If you didn't catch it, I highly encouraged you to see the latest Near office hours with Illia and Kendall from Proximity on how Near is building agent-native infrastructure for autonomous execution across chains. Whoa, that's a lot of difficult words right there, and that's why you should watch the video, because it's much easier to understand than what I just said. It's a must. It's definitely a must watch with packed with alpha, and I will guarantee you that it will provide you with an up to date on why Near is the blockchain for AI. So much stuff, interesting stuff is happening, and as Illia also mentioned, on the Shade agent side of things, this is what Proximity is spearheading. Some pretty sick stuff is gonna be rolling out in the coming months, and I also know that Proximity will have some pretty interesting stuff to show at the next town hall. Lastly, we had a huge protocol update. Near blocks are now 600 milliseconds with 1.2 second finality. What does that mean? That means that Near is 10 times faster, has 10 times faster finality than Solana, and is 600 times faster than Ethereum and other L2s without the need for more expensive hardware. So this is a major upgrade, and it truly sets a new performance standard for blockchains. Now you don't have to choose between a fast chain and a secure chain. Near protocol is actually both. And in a world where agentic interfaces will abstract blockchains away from users, it makes it an easy choice of where to build. You should simply just build on Near, because this blockchain has all the power and all the scale and speed that you need for your application, AI-powered application, of course. Near is secure, super scalable, truly unstoppable, really, really fast, and it's ready to support the agentic era. And as you can see, Bo and Wang tweeted the other day that they're near the Protocol 1 team is aiming to be able to process 1 million transactions per second within this year. So they're not stopping here, guys. They're going to make Near even faster. Keep it up, Bowen. Keep it up. Oh. And lastly, I want to bring some attention to the What Did You Ship This Week show. If you haven't already tuned in to this weekly show with Cameron from the AI, you should give it a watch. This is where the AI alpha is on Near. So many great teams building, teams like Crynux been on multiple times showing what they're doing. And I want to give a huge shout out to all the teams that are building and to Cameron for highlighting all the good AI stuff being shipped on Near week after week. My dear friends, we've come to an end. So the future is near and it's not waiting. Near is not pitching ideas, it's shipping infrastructure for AI, for agents, and for the next era of the internet. Illia has said it best. Near wasn't built to adapt to AI, it was built for it. We're still early in the life cycle of AI agents, but Near is already at a level no other chain can match, and we won't stop until Near is the backbone of the agentic future. So in a world where intelligence is abundant, coordination of intelligence is the new alpha. And this is where Near comes in, because Near is where AI agents coordinate and the agentic future scales. This community is grinding, as you just saw in the town hall. People are building and shipping great products every day and showing the world what's possible with new technology. Dear friends, you're still early, but more importantly, you're very essential to the Near community. Shout out to every developer, founder, and community contributor pushing this vision forward. Near isn't just a protocol, it's a movement for truly open, user-owned AI. As always, what was just presented on this call is not financial advice. I really need that Buffett agent, so please do not take any of what I just said as financial advice. You should do your own research, use your own judgment. But if you're paying attention, you know where the signal is. Remember to subscribe to Near Week to stay in the loop. And if you're building something amazing, this stage is yours. Do not hesitate to hit us up in the DMs. See you next month. Keep building, stay AI, and remember the future coordinates on Near. Till next month, see you guys.
Thanks for watching. Truly open AI is Near. Follow Near Protocol. Subscribe to Near Week.